Marie, thank you for inviting me to Udi's in Donegal.
It's one of the best pubs, Garry. And when this is all over, you will genuinely have to take a visit.
Well,
and you'll never go back once you've been there.
Here's the thing, right? I've been on this Barstool Chat series. I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to New Zealand. I've been everywhere. And there's images of the places everywhere. This is the only picture I could find. This particular bar.
The treasure. It's a treasure, Garry.
So why is it your favourite bar?
Udi's has been there for generations. It's our local pub at home. It was my granddad's local. It was my dad's local. It's our local. Every generation in the place at home would have descended on Udi's for any day. It would have been wedged. So the picture you have in the background is the lounge. So that's where all the trad music would have been played. So you can see the group that's playing there in the background. Actually, one of those, I don't know if you've heard of Altan. It's a trad group, and Mairead Mooney. So that's Mairead's brother that is literally behind you with the guitar. That's in there. So you'd always have the trad music in the lounge. And then you'd go into the bar, which was this kind of small snug. And any day, let's say be it St. Patrick's Day or Easter, a Saturday night, or kind of a Sunday of the All-Ireland, everyone would wedge into the bar and stand like sardines. And you'd come to the door to get that breath of fresh air because it would be so packed.
Oh, I'd say people listening to this would love to have that problem right now. Quite a few.
Oh, the dream.
The dream. But listen, isn't it wonderful that when you look at these pictures, all you can think of is people smiling and laughing and enjoying themselves. And maybe that's part of what we're going through now. It gives us a sense of looking forward to that, whereas maybe we've gone a bit complacent about some of it. Maybe.
Exactly. Yeah. I think kind of once this is all over, and I'll be honest, I hate the term normal because I don't know what normal will look like. But I think from our perspective, look, I think for us just to get out and be together, be in the pub, be kind of in an enclosure with full four walls together and just having a laugh, having a crack. I think that's what we're about.
We sometimes have to be careful with our definition of crack because we've quite a few people watching in America.
Exactly.
So just in case, this is the non-white powdery type. So listen,
exactly.
You're sitting in the bar. We're sitting at the bar. You and I. We found a stool, and I say to you, "Tell us something that people don't know about you."
One thing. So I suppose the best one is actually where we're sitting. So I am from Gweedore as it's sort of referred to at home. So I'm a fluent Irish speaker. So we're right bang in the heart of the Gaeltacht in Donegal here in Udi's. So so I'm a fluent Irish speaker. I went to school. I was taught through Irish, primary and secondary. So yeah, it was a bit of an uphill struggle for me going to university, having been taught through Irish the whole way.
Where did you go to university?
I went to Galway, so I went to NUI in Galway. Yeah.
The only native, because Connemara and all the rest in and around.
Not at all. So the majority of people from Donegal seemed to descend on NUI Galway the year I was there. So we used to, on a Sunday evening at 5:30, we used to all get the Fido O'Donnell bus from Gweedore and make our way through Letterkenny, down through Sligo, down to Galway. And there would be 5 or 6 buses. They'd be packed going to Galway.
And I have a question. In the same way as we recognize accent for English.
Yeah.
Can you guys recognize, sorry, I don't speak much Irish, I must say. Can you recognize accents from
100%. Yeah, yeah. So the different dialects have different kind of, so the Ulster and like the Donegal Irish would be the kind of, we'd have a different dialect, let's say, to Munster. So you'd have Ulu Moon and Wayne. So you'd have all the different types of Irish, and we're always the one in the Iril when you hear it coming on. And I've heard it so many times when I tell people I'm a fluent Irish speaker. They always say to me, "You're the one that has the diddly eye kind of sound during the leaving cert." I'm like, yeah, that's us.
So when I listen to Scottish and more northerly counties of Ireland, obviously it's similar-ish to an untrained voice. If you spoke to a Gaelic Celtic speaker in Scotland, have you ever tried it? Yeah,
it's very similar. Yeah, so Scottish Gaelic is very like kind of Ulster Irish. And to be honest, I think anyone who speaks Irish, regardless of where they are in Ireland, would be able to understand them, because we would have often in Gweedore had people come from, let's say, the Scottish Highlands to Gweedore to speak Irish, or to speak Gaelic, as they call it. And they're huge similarities, and a lot of the words are actually the same. So you may not pick up everything, but you can get what they're saying.
Yeah. Well, this is a family show, so you can't tell me now, but later I'd love to know a few verses in Gaelic.
No bother. Yeah, I can get on that, yeah.
Maybe if I change them to Gaelic, they would nobody know.
Exactly.
I want to know, because you're a legal person, you're a successful legal person, you're all about data security, privacy, and privacy by design, and policy by design, all this great stuff. So I'm really interested in this next question. 3 apps on your phone. What are they? If you had to wipe all your phone, and you're left with 3. And don't tell me, I'd use Signal rather than WhatsApp, because that's technical. 3 apps.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay, so if I had 3 apps, the first would be my Fitbit app, but not for the reason you think it is, not for the steps or not for the fitness. It's actually for my sleep, because I'm obsessed with my sleep. I'm absolutely obsessed. I check it first thing every morning. I'm such a sado, but I'm obsessed with my sleep.
What aspect of your sleep? Your unsettledness, or what? Like
No. I just love to know how much I actually sleep during the night. I love my sleep. So yeah.
Buy a €250 watch to tell you. Would you not just look at the
I know.
I know that's technical, but I'm just saying.
Exactly. I suppose very true, Gary, to be honest. I could just set my watch and see when I fell asleep and woke up.
Yeah, okay. So your Fitbit for your sleep. Your second one?
The second one would be my Audible app. So I read every single day, and if someone puts something in front of me the evening, or say, "Do you want to read a book?" I'm like, thanks.
Your work, of course. Legalese,
yes. So when I go out walking in the evening, I put my book on my Audible, and I just listen to it while I'm out walking, and that's the way to do it.
What are you listening to right now? What's the one book you're listening to?
Act Like a Monk. Jay Shetty is the name of the author, and I think, was he in his teens or he was in secondary school, and he was about to go to university, and a monk came to speak to their school. So as he said, he had 2 paths he could take. He could either take the path to university, or he could go down a very different path in his life. And he met this monk at that day, kind of at the presentation that day. And it's not Act Like a Monk, it's Think Like a Monk. So he attended the seminar with the monk, and he went up and he spoke to him after, and he was like, "Look, kind of, how do you get involved?" And he started following him around the world, and then he went to monk school, or
actually became an acolyte, and then became
a
monk.
Yeah,